everybody, and welcome once again to the Cardinal Mashup. I'm Austin McNorton, and let's jump right on into the Cardinal recap. Last week on Friday night, the Eudora Cardinals football team traveled to Paola to take on the Panthers. They lost that game in a close one, 28-21, moving on the season to 0-3. Now, I wouldn't let that record scare off all you fans out there. This team has had some very close games, and it's been a tough season for them from what I've seen so far. They are talented. They played against some, however, really, really talented teams. A lot of size for their opponents, so we'll see how it goes for them the rest of the season. Next week, they will be traveling to Wellsville to take on the Eagles down there, so that's not a far drive, so if you can make it down there, I know the team would really appreciate it. Moving on now to volleyball. Last week, the volleyball team won a try down in Pomona, Kansas against the West Franklin Falcons and the Wellsville Eagles. That put their season at 7-5 currently. They got a busy week this week. Tomorrow night, they will be traveling to DeSoto to take on the Wildcats. I hope all of you can make it down there. Also, a very short drive. On Thursday, they will be playing at Bishop Ward. And then on Saturday, they have a tournament in Tonganoxie, which I hope you can all make it down there too. Not a very short drive on a Saturday. Soccer, tomorrow night is playing at Lewisburg, and on Thursday night they're playing at Ottawa. This is a very building program for the Eudora soccer team. New coach, new season. We'll see how they do throughout this whole season, and I hope you fans are out there to watch them. They really appreciate it, even on the road. Ottawa not too far away on Thursday night, so I hope you all can make it out there to support that team in their rebuilding season, essentially. So now we move on to cross country, who last week I mentioned they were at Wellsville, and both teams finished first. All JV boys and girls, JV varsity boys and girls, all finished first at Wellsville on Thursday. Very, very impressive, to say the least. I'm glad that this Eudora cross-country team is doing so well this season. There's a lot of seniors on that team, I know, but I feel like this team has done very well so far, and I hope they continue that through the future years. This week, they are going to Rimrock Farm on Saturday. That's Justin Lawrence, so that's pretty close. So essentially that would be almost considered a home meet, if you really want to call it that. I hope we can all make it out there to support the cross-country team in what could be a very successful season for them. That brings me to my feature. I'm actually featuring the cross-country team, where I'm here with Maria and Jack Gertzman on the show. All right, I'm joined now by senior cross-country members Maria Wellman and Jack Gertzman, who went down to Wellsville on Thursday, and they were both able to get wins for their teams. Jack, how did the boys' team do on Thursday?
We ran really well. We ran, individually speaking, we ran really well with the pack. Each one of our guys has shown good improvements throughout the season, and I want to continue that trend.
Maria, what's your overall goal for the girls' cross-country team this season?
I think the girls have a really good shot at doing really well at regionals and maybe even making it to state. We have in the past with a lot of the same girls, so I think that it's really possible for us to do that.
So on Thursday, what were the conditions like? Was it tough competition? How was the weather? Tough track?
A lot of the schools that go to that meet are smaller, so competition-wise, it's a more relaxed meet for us, and we did really well competing with the smaller schools. It was very humid, and I know during some of the JV races, the wind had picked up quite a bit. During our race, though, I don't think the conditions were quite as harsh with the wind. It seemed as though when you were running against the wind, it was really kind of holding you back, but then when you were running with it, it didn't have much effect on how you were running. So,
competition-wise, for you guys throughout the entire season, statewide and everything, how do you guys think you'll do this season?
Well, we had a race 2 weeks ago at Wamego, and that's pretty much pre-state. that's kind of who's going to be at state and how the end up is going to be on October 31st, which is when state is. We placed 9th overall, I believe, or was it 9th? It was either 6th or 9th.
Yeah.
It was 9th last year. I think we got 6th, and that's actually pretty good. I think we can make it to state this year. However, if we want to place as a team at state, we're going to have to show a large improvement among all of us individually.
So can you guys explain to some of the viewers out there who wouldn't know, like, what the scoring is for cross country? Because I know you have 5 members, is that correct? And they score points. Yep. So how does that work?
So there's 7 members to a team, and the top 5 places are the ones that add to the score. And the goal of the entire meet is to have the lowest score per team. And the way scoring works is if I get first place, I get 1 point for my team. Second place, 2 points. Third place, 3 points, and so on. And so you want your top 5 guys as low in the places as you can go. Your 6th and 7th guy, they're just as important because as they don't add to your score, but they can add to the score to other teams that are also competing. So you want to have a strong 7.
Well, thank you guys for joining me here today, and I wish you guys luck the rest of the season as you hopefully go to state. So thank you for joining me.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now it's time to move on into the questionable call. All right, so we're going back to football this week. We're sticking hometown this week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Thursday night football, they took on the Denver Broncos in Arrowhead. Packed crowd, Red Thursday. Oh, major tailgating going on like always. A lot of fun. However, the Chiefs were not able to come up with a victory. They lost 31-24 in what was a very, very intense matchup. The Chiefs were up, in case you missed it, 24-17. Late in the game, the Broncos tied the game at 24. That put the clock at right about a minute. But the Chiefs got the ball back right about that time. Now, here's the call that I'm questioning. In case you missed it, Jamal Charles got the run call, and it resulted in a fumble. So the Denver Broncos were able to pick that up and return it for the game-winning touchdown. I can't even put into words how crazy of a way that is to lose. Now, I don't understand that. What I'm questioning here is I don't really understand the decision to run the ball. My thing is, if it's tied at 24, if you want to go into overtime, take a knee, run out the clock. But if you want to win the game, you got to air it out. You got to throw it long, try to score. I understand that. But running the ball, to me, doesn't really serve much of a purpose. I can understand the argument being made of, well, it kind of sets up the drive. It decides whether, oh, well, if he gets a good run here, then we'll throw it. But if he doesn't get a good run, then we'll just take a knee and go to overtime. However, this backfired big time, you could say. It resulted in the Chiefs losing on the fumble recovery return for a touchdown and putting the Chiefs at a 1-1 season so far after week 2, and the Denver Broncos at a 2-0 season. So that was the call I was questioning for the Chiefs coaching staff. Didn't understand it, still don't understand it. Well, that'll do it here for the second show of the Cardinal Mashup. I'm Austin McNorton, voice of the Cardinals, and thank you for tuning in. As always, go Cardinals.